Blockbusters. You are listening to the Triple B Podcast. Let's fucking go.
Welcome back to another episode of the Triple B Podcast. This is the bonus episode for Saturday Night Main Event, and we're about to go through our predictions.
Hell yeah.
All right, so in no particular order here, but we got Rhea versus Nia. What do you got?
Rhea's 100% defending and retaining.
Mommy's coming out on top.
Always.
We got Jey Uso versus Gunther.
Yeet.
We got the Heavy G champion. Oh, I'm going Gunther. Gunther's that coming.
I'm going
on.
Jay just because I want him to get it. Do I think Gunther's probably gonna win? Probably, but I'm still sticking with my boy Jay.
Yeet. All right, we got the IC championship. We got Sheamus. We got Braun Breaker. Who you got?
I'm going Sheamus. I'm
Ooh.
actually going Sheamus. This one's for real. I think they're gonna give him the one title he's never had to kind of wrap up his storied career.
This is the time. I say he's gonna do it at Mania for some reason, so I'm going with Braun Breaker.
Oh, I like that. But all right, yeah, I get it.
I'm going with Braun Breaker on that. And that gives us Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman, that big SOB. Oh, what do we got?
I think that's backwards, so you can't really read it on the screen, but it says, I love you, Jacob! Going Jacob Fatu with the win over Braun Strowman.
I got Jacob Fatu. The man is a beast. He's going to go wild on it.
Hell yeah.
Lastly, anything going on between Cody and KO in the sign-off?
If I don't see a goddamn Sweet Chin music out of this tonight, I will probably throw you through a window.
I predict that Shawn Michaels is going to get a package pile driver from KO
Oh, shit.
just to drive KO through
God
the
damn
roof.
it. All right. Okay. Well, I don't like that, but I like it.
All right, that's our prediction. We'll see you after the show.
All right, we are back now for the post-show of Saturday night's main event, coming at you guys with the results of the show in comparison to our predictions that we did before the show. So, first and foremost, we start the night off with Rhea Ripley defending her women's world title against Nia Jax.
Rhea wins in
Rhea gets the
straightforward match. Nothing special.
There are a few cool spots, few good spots specifically on Rhea's behalf, just because of it shows the power and strength that she possesses. The power bomb out of the corner was dope.
Nia's Samoan drop to Rhea off the
that was
second
sick
rope
too.
was sick.
Yeah. And then her finally hitting Riptide on Nia for the win. It's just cool to see Rhea be able to hit Riptide on, somebody twice her size. So that's pretty sweet. We both what? Sorry.
I was just gonna say, nice to see Rhea just get a dominant win. Basically, it wasn't like a squash match, but a dominant win, and it was a good first title defense.
Clean win.
Title. Yeah.
Candice LeRae didn't come out or anything weird, right?
Yeah, which was shocking a little bit, but
it was just a straight up match with a clean finish, and Rhea remains champ.
Yep, we're one
for
and one.
One. Yep. We both predicted Rhea to get the win.
And she did.
Next up, that leads us to the Intercontinental Championship match between Sheamus challenging Braun Breaker. I said Sheamus. You said Braun.
Braun won.
But it was a good match. Yeah, it was really good.
It was very good.
The spear out of midair on the outside of the ring when Sheamus is coming off the steps. Wow, that was fucking crazy. And then the spear that he actually, I think it was the one that he hit to put him away.
Yeah, when he finished it off.
That was fucking wild too.
God, it looked like he's going to break his own neck.
I know.
The
It
way
was
he
crazy.
hit that.
He hit it so, it was just, Braun Breaker's spears are very impressive.
Yeah.
Because he it's almost like he never hits them the same, and he always finds ways to do it up bigger, I feel like, than what we've really seen from someone who utilizes the spear in the past.
Yeah.
Not all the way, because there are obviously a handful of edge spears that are still
Yes.
on the top of the mountain there. But for the most part, Braun Breaker's pretty damn close to second place right now with using a spear for me.
Yeah.
He does it so well. So
He does. Braun Breaker is just a stud in the ring. He's got a bright future ahead of him.
He is.
Sheamus
Yes,
and him
absolutely.
have really good chemistry in the ring.
It's
and
great.
putting on, banger after banger after banger.
Absolutely. Yep.
So I'm still on that belief that Sheamus is going to get that IC title. And like I said in the prediction show, I think it's coming at Mania on the big stage.
That does make sense. And after you said that, I was like, oh, that's a good call. And after you said that, I was like, I hope I'm wrong tonight, because I hope that's what happens. I hope that they are able to carry this feud on for another 3 months, and Sheamus can finally get that elusive Intercontinental title that has stayed away from him his whole career so far. The only thing really he hasn't accomplished in the company. Hopefully he can get that done on the grandest stage of them all.
I hope so.
So I'm 1 for 2. Timmy's 2 for 2.
That brings us to the contract signing.
We
got KO, we got Cody, and Mr. Shawn Michaels, HBK, in the middle of the ring to facilitate this, to ensure that they get the contract signed, and then to take the titles from them.
Yep.
And hoist them above the ring.
For whatever fucking reason. That didn't really make a whole lot of sense for tonight, but seeing as how we're still a week away and
not in the right city.
Yeah. Or
state.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
it's
Royal
in
Rumble's
Indianapolis.
in Indianapolis. So here, a couple states away. Probably I would have only assumed to be a few thousand miles away. But you're hanging them up in the building that just whatever. To each their own, I guess.
Maybe a photo op. I guess maybe I don't know.
Oh yeah, maybe I guess.
But anywho's, nothing really to predict, but you did say you wanted to see a Sweet Chin music, or else I was going through a window.
Yep.
I said maybe there was going to be a package pile driver. It looked like it was about to happen, but then, lo and behold, we get the Sweet Chin music. So I'm going to give that to you.
Hell yeah. That was a prediction. That was a prediction.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
2 for 3. I'm also 2 for 3 now.
Yep.
I like, KO is just gold on the mic.
And he's bringing out a verbal side of Cody too.
Yes.
Cody getting this intense. We haven't seen him this intense yelling, straight up angry yelling on the mic since he's been back.
Yeah,
really.
I think
there's been
emotional side,
Roman. But this is anger.
Yeah,
and we haven't had that really. So we've talked a lot since Cody came back, specifically since he became champ, where you're seeing those dark tendencies in him. I think the ladder match of the Rumble is going to bring out a whole fucking new side of Cody Rhodes that we haven't seen. So
I'm here for it.
Yeah,
man.
I'm excited for that.
I'm here for it.
All around, very intriguing.
I will say, I'm tired of them using the line, you left, you quit WWE and left, and came back. It's getting used a lot now.
Yeah.
In every
Cody
feud.
KO to Cody, Seth to Punk.
Yeah, it's just
probably somewhere else.
Roman's used it on Cody. It's just been used.
It has.
So, anyways, I thought it was a good segment overall. It wasn't a predictable someone went through the table.
Which I think was good.
Yeah. But also...
It's always fun to see somebody go through a table, don't get me wrong. But it happens at every contract signing. So I think the fact that they didn't do it was not a bad thing. So
the table lived in this one.
It did.
All right. That brings us to Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman.
Yep. We both predicted that Jacob Fatu would win this match. And technically he didn't. He lost via disqualification, but did he really lose? He definitely
walked out.
He
for
definitely
sure.
won the night, I think, in that kind of scenario. But he fucked up Braun Strowman.
Yeah, he did. It was
Straight up fucked Braun Strowman up.
it was just nice to see Jacob Fatu in the ring solo. Like
Yep.
I think it maybe happened once, but it's just nice to see him get some ring time alone because this guy is a future world heavyweight champion. And
Yeah, absolutely. And not even just in the ring alone, like one-on-one, but there was nobody at ringside, right? He didn't have Tama. There was no...
Oh, he did have Tama at ringside.
I didn't think Tama was out there until after the security and everything came out.
He came out with them during the intro, and I mean, he didn't interfere in the match at all, but he was like
okay. Well, maybe
quickly there.
Yeah. I thought he like came out with him, but then went back.
Gotcha. Maybe I might have missed.
I mean,
it,
I
but-
didn't see it. I did during the match. I didn't notice him around the ring,
Yeah.
so that's why I didn't think. But regardless, whether he was actually out there the whole time or not, he might as well not have been because
Yeah.
he had no impact on the match, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was getting at was was literally out there one-on-one. There was no interference. There was no side stuff. Like nothing weird was going on. It was just him and Braun Strowman. They're just going at it. So.
And it was just, I mean, Jacob Fatu was manhandling Braun Strowman, no problem,
Yeah.
and I liked it.
Yeah, same. I think it was a good use of Braun Strowman's character to be able to put over Jacob Fatu to just further cement and solidify his this dude's a fucking animal
yeah,
type of
for sure.
mentality and character build and just all of it that they're doing with him. Like he is I think the main guy in the company right now that it's like
Yeah,
everybody will look out for him type
Yeah,
of thing,
for
you know?
sure.
So, and that's coming across really well.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that makes us
Both
both
two for four.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're even across the board.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the main event. Main event: Jey Uso, Yeet, versus Gunta, the Ring General. And it was a banger of a match.
It was fucking
too.
awesome. Yeah, it was. There were parts of it that I missed just because, my daughter
Yeah.
doing some stuff with her too. But I caught the majority of it, and I mean, it was back and forth, very believable on Jay's part. I think Gunther, like at the end, you can see it on his face too. He put Jay over,
Yeah.
even in a losing effort for Jey Uso. He put Jay over.
Yeah.
With the exhaustion on his face, the look of like almost disbelief that like Jay brought what he brought to that match.
Yeah. Even the finish, he was exhausted, like to pin him, like
Yeah.
like it was. He
Yeah.
kind of fell on him versus like a
It
dominant.
was pin it
like
was
he
more of like a
normally does.
desperation pin
Yes.
look than it was like just a hit it and confidently do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, for sure. So I had said Jay would win. I also said in the predictions that I was like, do I think he's actually going to win? No, but I'm still calling it for Jay because I love my boy Jey Uso and he fucking deserves this, and I want him to get a goddamn world title because he deserves it. He's the most over character of 2024 and so far into 2025. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know that there's a character that is more over than him over the course of this last year and a half almost. So
I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I say he's champion by the end of this year,
yeah,
and I think
love to see
just
that happen
everything
at the
they've been
at-
doing with him, it's gonna come to this long overdue payoff with
I
him.
hope so too. Because he's
Or
so good.
it's gonna happen early next year. So,
Yeah.
but no, my bold prediction this year he becomes champion.
Yeah.
So
So I took a couple swings on tonight's predictions. I missed on both, but I'm not mad about it.
No.
It was a good show all around.
yeah. My
And-
expectations were a lot lower this time just because we saw how it played out last time.
Yeah.
So So I'm not underwhelmed this time. Like I wasn't expecting this
Yeah.
grand like PLE
Display,
show.
yeah.
Like I thought it would was a PLE the last time we did it, but it wasn't that case, and I knew
And-
that this time.
And I think that's good of us as a fan base to do that because these aren't meant to be PLEs.
No,
right?
no, yeah.
They're meant to be just extra like special event
Yeah.
type thing. And where you get some like PLE quality feuds playing out, that type of thing, but it's not a PLE. It's not they're not going above and beyond for these because like especially this one, like you have the Royal Rumble the next weekend.
Yeah.
You don't want to outshine that, you know,
Yeah.
one of your big four. So that kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And no, I don't know. I think I enjoyed this one more
Yeah, I
than
think
the first one, but I also it could very well be a little tainted because I think we did have expectations a little too high going into it.
no, for sure. And the way they built up the last one, it did feel like that.
Yeah.
That and this time, it was a lot more laid back. And like I said on our last episode, we didn't even have half the matches. We only had 2 announced, and the contract signing barely announced. So it was just
Yeah.
like, okay, all right, it's just another special show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
But that being said, I think we still give it the 3 bell.
I was gonna say we
Yeah.
bet I would still want to give this.
Yeah. We're doing a bonus episode for
Yeah.
it, so I think the 3 bell comes in on bonus episodes.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
So 3 bell system again. We for each PLE or bonus episode or special event, whatever you want to call them all, we do the 3 bell system where we give our ranking as to how the quality of what we thought the whole thing together was.
Yeah.
So where are you going?
I'm gonna give it a 1.75 bell, and I'm giving it slightly above the middle, down the middle, because it did exceed my expectations as a whole show.
Yeah.
Rhea and Nia wasn't like as big of a match as I wanted it to be, but it was still good. But the rest of the show was solid, and the only other thing I would say that didn't do a lot for me was there wasn't a lot of build towards Royal Rumble other than the contract signing, and we got that
True.
right around the
Yeah.
corner, and just felt like something more should have built towards the Royal Rumble. So that's why I give it my 1.75.
All right. I was going to go with a 2. Kind of similar, I guess, like the Rhea Nia match. Like we said, there were some solid spots in it, but for the most part, and to Nia's credit, she has become a lot better in the ring since coming back, but it's still at that point where there's really only so much she can do and that opponents can do with her in the ring, being her size, but not just her size, but as not as mobile, I guess,
Yeah,
in the ring
athletic.
at the size,
Yeah.
because of her size. It's one thing if you're that big, like Otis, right? Like you're a big fucking dude, but you can still move in the ring really well. Like
Yeah.
she just can't, and
Yeah.
it's like that's not just me hating on her.
No,
It's obvious every time she's in the ring, like she just can't move like that. So I do think that always kind of dips the quality of matches that she's in, unfortunately. And that's going with everything we've said for this last year almost, is that Rhea Ripley can make fucking anybody look good. And like she was still able to do that tonight, but it's like as good as she can make everything, Nia hinders
yeah,
almost equally.
yeah,
In some regards. So I think that was a big part of it for me. I think the reason I'm going higher with the whole thing is because of, even with my 2 predictions that I didn't get right, those matches were both so good and so believable in my predicted outcome potentially actually happening, that it kept us, you know, kind of on the edge of our seats, I thought, throughout both those matches. And then I liked it for the sake of Jacob Fatu, but I didn't care for the kind of I mean, I know it was a DQ finish, but kind of a no contest situation between those two. Like I was hoping it was going to be like a legit full fucking match.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, man. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, dude.
All right, man.
That wraps
That's
this up.
Saturday night's main event from January 25th.
Woo.
We're supposed to be getting like I think
Three more
this
Yep.
year, right? Because they were talking about 4 a year.
Yep.
So, all right. Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Let's